this. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay, let's go see. My friends buy houses in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and they buy them as is, and they go in, they clean everything out, they restore the house, and they get it back on the market. And they invite me to come and look and see if there's anything worth saving. You're not going to believe what's in this house. And you're also not going to believe why I have to wear a mask in here. Prepare to be amazed. I will do the best I can with the light. There's no light in here. That is the front door that you come in. And you'll see that the closets are packed. The room to the right of this is where I think the smell is coming from. But look at this room here. I want to show you the closet real quick. First of all, before I show you the closet, let's lots of stuff just thrown on the floor. I'm not sure how long the house has been vacant yet. I'm going to try and figure that out. All right, let's look in the closet. It is full of military stuff. Holy smokes. And there is stuff everywhere. I will continue walking you around, but this is the reason that I have a mask on. This was an aviary. A full-blown aviary in his house. And without any ventilation, there is a ton of new stuff in this closet. And I'm just going to have to take my time. You know, as much as I like doing this, I'm the first to admit that my health comes first. All right, we'll continue this way. We'll go out to the garage. That was a grandfather clock. I didn't even see that. Everything is fair game. Anything that I want to take, I can take. Now, what I do is I try to get a rough idea of what these things are worth, and then I pay my friends a fair price. Like they pretty much leave it up to me, but I also want it to be fair. I want it to be worth their while to allow me in here. Look at those coffee tables. Those end tables there. That's actually kind of cool. Kind of that mid-century. So what I do when I'm picking a place like this, the first thing I do is I wander through the whole place just to get a feel for it. See how bad it is, what kind of things am I dealing with, and just an idea of the kind of items that I might find. Obviously, I'm looking for those home run hits, those things that Melody and I will be really excited to sell, to put up on eBay, but that's not all we do. In fact, usually I break even and I might make a little bit on one of these, but it also has several benefits outside of just making a profit. I've got several friends that have antique shops and are also resellers, and I know the kind of things that they pick up and the kind of things that they like, and so I grab those things as well, and we don't charge them for anything I bring them. I will have already incurred whatever cost I'm going to incur and make that back on my items, but the things that I pick up for other people, I give to them. We also have several families around us that we donate items to, and I kind of know what they need and what they want, and if I find things that work for them, I will take those items as well. You'd like to be able to save all of this from going in the dump. You really would, but time doesn't allow that. And some of the stuff really is trash. And you'll see in this place, it was pretty rough. But the more of it we can save and keep out of the dumps, the better. Hopefully, I make a little bit. It depends upon the house. But that's the number one goal is it's just fun for me. And 2 is to make a little bit. And 3 is to save it and get it to other people that can use it. So hopefully you enjoy walking around a place like this with me. Hey. What I'm looking for in a closet like this is vintage clothes. In this house, most of the stuff looks like it was from 2010 and later. Most of it, not all of it, but that meant most of the stuff in this closet really wasn't worth much of anything. And the way that it had sat, closets have a tendency to collect dust and mold and everything else. And so the things in this particular closet really couldn't be saved. Oh boy. I want to pan around the main living space just to give you a better feel for what the place looked like. You'll see a lot of cobwebs and dust, and I think that he smoked, and so it was really strong in here. So would you do this? Would you go in? Would you search a place like this? We already know that I would. I'm going to shut the camera off and I'm going to start loading up some things and trying to save some things because come Monday, everything in here is going in the trash. And my friends, part of what they want to do is they want to save whatever they can. But when you're flipping houses, you're also under a really strict timeline. So I'm going to see what I can do to save as much of this as we can. I am digging around in this closet. Most of this stuff is already opened and the models have been used. But this doesn't make it... That's not concerning at all. Uh-oh. I hadn't seen a big old snake yet, but I'll let you know. Oh my goodness. What I wanted to do now is show you some of the things that I was able to save from this. I grabbed this for a friend of mine. This is an ammunition for cannon explosives. Super cool. And this is the thing that I took for Melody and I. And these are figures that are very, very realistic. These are made by a company called Sideshow, and they're pretty collectible. Most of the ones that are really collectible are the ones from monster movies and things like that, but I think these have a good following. Now, they smell like smoke, and that will have to be disclosed in the listing, but I'm probably going to sell them maybe all at once and see what they bring. Melody thinks they're going to bring $30 a piece or so. I think it's going to be closer to $10 a piece, but we'll see. And in the truck, I've got some cool stuff. I'll take a lot of this to a friend of mine with an antique shop. This little bench was pretty cool. It is very heavy cast iron. I thought that looked pretty good. And the little drop leaf table was really nice. That was probably one of the nicer pieces. This is a coffee table, and if it hadn't been super nice, this is all covered with leather, I wouldn't grab a coffee table. Things like the bullhorns, those sell super easy. He won't have any trouble selling that stuff. And the quilt washed up really nice. This is before it was washed. It was actually one of the nicer pieces in the house, and it had been stored in a way that it didn't soak up a lot of smoke smell either. And these old military photographs like this, they don't have a ton of value, but it's the kind of thing that I just can't stand the thought of this winding up in the dump. This would have been April 1943. Check that out. Absolute piece of history that I would want to save. You know, those men, a lot of those men probably did not get a chance to come home. So I just couldn't let that go into the trash. I usually grab a lot of little smalls. There's pocket knives and things like that. And really, a lot of these are for family and friends. That tote right there was a bunch of candles that I just like candles. I don't think they have a ton of money. This watch is really the only thing I've sold so far. Everything else, most of the stuff I've given away, but the little Timex Reef Gear watch sold for $50. I put a new battery in it. And this was interesting. It's a little box of coins. I don't think any of them were tremendously valuable, but I liked the idea of that stuff not winding up in the trash. And this is some of the stuff that I've already given away a lot of this. The models with the horses and the purses were given away. The Clydesdale barrel wagon there I will sell. And I will sell the little fire extinguisher, the snake, and the belt buckles I gave away. This watch disintegrated and literally disintegrated, so it doesn't have any value. This is an interesting thing. Inside this case, these weren't originally in the little ammo case, but I dug all of these off the floor. They were just dumped out on the floor. And the little military ones are like HCQ, I think. And it looks like they sell. So I don't know because I got a ton of them, I don't know if they're actually valuable or if I'll end up, giving them away. But I think they might sell. And this is the find of the trip. I found this 10 seconds walking into the door and thought this house was going to be full of this stuff. This is a 1960s Lee Storm Rider jacket with the wool lining, and in better shape this would go $300 to $500. I'm expecting this one to bring $200 or so, but super excited to find that. All right, so that is it for this one. Private picks are the way to go 100% of the time. Tell people what you do and get in there, wear a mask, wear some gloves, and try to stay safe. Avoid the snakes. Super cool pick.